Shit. What's up, guys? How we doing? Cowboy Crunk here, live from Kabul. Just checking in, see who's online today. We've got no updates on Earl Thomas. We've got no updates on ESPN. No updates on NFL Network. Just hanging out here, checking out the scene, seeing what's going on with the Cowboy fans. Wanted to do a video today going over the offense and the positions and players that kind of are on the bubble. As you guys know, we made the upgrades on our offensive line. I think our offensive line upgrades this year are a big jump. I think. What's up, Mister? Hey, what's up, Truckee? How you doing, bro? All is good here in Kabul, man. Just checking in, see how you're doing. Let me clean the camera off, bro. I think I got an issue with the camera. It looks cloudy or fuzzy, or maybe it's me. I did crack my bottle of I did crack a bottle of Crown today. So salute to Captain Crunk. Captain Cowboy Crunk is probably gonna be my new name. But how you guys doing out there? Just checking in. Everything should be, we got 2 weeks left. Exactly. A matter of fact, 2 weeks from 2 weeks from the first game, preseason game, we're going to find out what's going on with Rico Gathers. We're going to find out what's going on with the new offensive line. If I think we finally got our replacement for LIII. You guys know, yeah. I hope as well, bro. I hope we got the replacement for LIII. We really missed him last year. And moving on into the preseason, I think Connor Williams is going to show out. Jalen Smith, I think that was not Jalen Smith. Sorry, Tyron Smith. Part of Tyron Smith being tired and worn down and the back problems, I think he missed LIII. I think he was having to pick up some of that guard play. Not only taking care of defensive ends, he was having to take care of guard play, which taking care of that guard play put him in a position where I think he was having to play a little more physical than he was used to with LIII gone. And those guys work as a unit. That's a team. So having those guys gone, having LIII gone, making the line a little weaker, I think it put a little more stress on Tyron Smith. And that was a big part of our degress in the offense, I think. The pickup of Connor Williams, the fact that we have a starting lineman, a swing lineman that can play guard or tackle in Fleming, that played for the Patriots during their Super Bowl runs, sitting on the bench, that kind of says a lot about where our offensive line is, especially now. So, if we stay healthy up there, especially Tyron Smith, you guys know that's the key to our line. Those other guys are solid. We'll be straight. So, you guys shoot any questions in. If you guys want to make a phone call, let me know. I can post the number. If you guys have any questions, you can call in. Like I said, I got the live stream number. It's toll free. Everything is straight. No problems. You can call straight in here to Afghanistan. No fees, and we can get the live stream rolling. I know there's only 2 people, but I'm trying to get this started. It's only been a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. So another position, you guys know, we need to seal up that tight end position. We've got 4. To to me, there's something different about the tight end position and the receiver position. I think right now we've got 4 solid B grade tight ends. I think at receiver, we've got 4 or 5 B grade tight ends, 2 or 3 C grade, and maybe 1 or 2 D grade receivers. I switched to receivers. On receivers, we got about 4 B grade, 2 or 3 C grade, and maybe 1 or 2 D grade receivers. And I think that's fine. I think that sits well with us because I think, Dak likes to keep the ball up the middle. He likes to keep it safe. He doesn't go. He's not that big time uh, trying to make a play. He's not a gunslinger. He's really safe. He checks down. He goes through his check downs. If it's not there, he throws it away. But only positions a question mark is tight end. Yeah, I think both of our playmaker positions on offense are in question. That can be a good thing. Um, the other on defense, the the position that's in question is of course safety. And I want to speak on that real quick. I know everybody's tired of the Earl Thomas thing. I'm tired of it. I've done like I've only done like 10 videos here on YouTube, and I think 8 or 9 of them have really focused on Earl Thomas. And my thing on that is, I think I'm starting to realize, you know what? If we don't get him, it's still helped us a lot. Think about this. Think if you played for the Dallas Cowboys and you played safety, tight end, whatever the position. We'll stay with safety because that's the position we're talking about. If you were a safety for the Dallas Cowboys and all you heard about all offseason was, when is Earl Thomas coming? When's Earl Thomas coming? And you're like, hey, I'm here. What's wrong with me? I'm Heath, uh, Xavier Woods, Kayvon Frazier. Uh, what are these guys thinking when all they hear is Earl Thomas, Earl Thomas, Earl Thomas? Of course, if that's your job and that's your position, and all you hear about is, when is this guy coming? I hope this guy comes. I'm like, I would be sitting there going, am I really that bad? Where you guys got a 24/7 talk about replacing me? I think it's motivating our current safeties. I think this is going to play straight into our hands. I think Kayvon Frazier, Xavier Woods, Jeff Heath, and Marquez White are going to come out solid. I think they're going to play good. I think it's going to motivate them to hit the gym and say, you know what, fuck Earl Thomas. Sorry, guys, but I mean, I think it's going to motivate our current players to say that. And if this doesn't happen, I hope those guys ball out, dude. I hope all 4 of them are Pro Bowl selections. I think we need a solid one tech on the D line. Yeah, hey, truck. That's the position I think we need more than safety. We're solid. We're really solid in defensive end, and I think we're still slim at linebacker a little bit. I was looking at the roster last year. We kept 8 defensive linemen, defensive end and tackles, and we kept 7. We kept 7 linebackers. Currently, we only have 7 linebackers on the roster. So that leaves us in a position like, are we going to keep all 7 of the linebackers we currently got? I mean, we're not going to cut any linebackers. And I know that those are good positions for special teams. Those are good positions on punt return, kickoff, and all those things. So, yeah, those linebacker positions and your smaller D linemen are good on special teams. So like Kone Ely, those guys that are a little smaller and a little quicker, you can put them on special teams and fill in. Secondary hold from Truckee again. Secondary hold. Oh, secondary could be fine as long as they are healthy. Yeah, bro, I believe the same thing. If you guys want to look, please look back at the schedule. Look it up. Google it. It only takes a second. Look at the score. Google Dallas Cowboys 2017 schedules, scores. It'll have the scores on there. The last 5 games, we gave up 12 points per game, and that was due to 2 things. It was due to Sean Lee being there, and secondly, though, he was there earlier in the year, and we had a lot of games where we gave up 24, 26, 32 points. The last 5 games, we averaged 12 points a game, and that was because we are finally our young secondary, Xavier Woods, Byron Jones, uh, um, uh, Xavier Woods, not Jalen Smith, damn it, Jordan Lewis, Chidobe Awuzie, uh, Brown, all those young guys. The young guys we have were healthy, and we gave up 12 points a game average the last 5 games. If and we went 4-1. We played outstanding, and it was because of our secondary. Our secondary didn't give up big plays. Our secondary didn't put us in bad positions. And yes, I know you guys have heard me say already before, Earl Thomas will keep us from having 2 or 3 plays a game that if we had Earl Thomas, those plays wouldn't happen. But you got to realize the sacrifice of that money is what you're giving up for that. Can we keep the financial can we keep the financial expenses low? Keep this front, this secondary we have with Keith Richard teaching those guys. They're going to be better this year than they were last year, and they really only came together the last 5 games. And the last 5 games, they gave up no points. And if they wouldn't have given up those 2 offensive touchdowns, we gave up 2 offensive touchdowns against Seattle that 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 allowed Seattle to score 21. We would have won that game if it wasn't for those the fumble by Dez in the red zone against, and the second one was the interception that Dak threw, gave up 14 points. We over the last 5 games, we probably would have averaged around 9 points a game. Big difference. And you're going to win games when you average 9 points a game. And that secondary just completely shut teams down. And we have that secondary now. It's the same secondary as long as they're healthy. So you're right. You're right, James. We just got to have our secondary healthy. If we got our secondary healthy, we're straight. Tuck, secondary could be. I'm sorry, that was Tuck that said that. Not sure why they haven't gone and gotten a dominant one tech. Yeah, that's where really I think I think you're completely right. We have 9 defensive tackle type players, and they're all relatively built the same. They're all small. They're all quick. They're all very maneuverable. But why not have that one? Voch Lombardi, he says it best. Why not have that one trash can full of dirt guy sitting in the front that you just can't move? If you guys have ever tried to move a trash can full of rocks, dirt, water, whatever, you can't move it. And I think we need one of those, and maybe a somewhat kind of backup guy. The guy that I'm watching this year is his name's PJ Hall. He was drafted in the 2nd round by Oakland Raiders, and he's from Sam Houston State. 6'1", 300 pounds, a 38-inch vertical, 36 bench press on the bench press, 36 reps on the bench press. He runs a 4.65. I mean, the dude's almost as fast as some running backs. But that's what I think we need. I think we need a short, stubby, heavy-set dude that can just plug the middle, push the center back into the quarterback, and let DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory, push in from the sides. All right, let me check. Hey, what's up, Kellen Softly? Oh, killing them softly. Hey, if we get Earl, yeah, it's. Oh, hold on. What do we got here? We got something happened on my chat box. It shut down. Okay. If we get Earl, if we don't get Earl, cool. I think we'll be okay. Why do we need a tutor when we have the teacher? Hey, wow. Strong statement, bro. That's true. And I think you're right. And I think what you're saying is exactly right. And I think I can expand on what you're saying. Not only why do we need a tutor when we have the teacher, but if we can get the tutor for the right price and have the teacher, yeah, let's make it happen. But if the guy pushes for too much money, if Seattle asks for too much, why make it happen? I think we're fine. Like I said, the last 5 games we averaged 12. We only allowed 12 points a game the last 5 games when our young, basically those guys, basically the coaching staff said, hey, let's put the young guys in there and see what they can do. We're at that time, we went 5-6 over the first 11 games. Over the first 11 games, we went 5-6. 11-5 is 16. Yeah, we were 5-6 when the coaching staff decided to put the young guys in there and start them and go with it and see what happened. And we went 4-1, and that all happened under the play of Chidobe Awuzie, Xavier Woods, Jordan Lewis, Byron Jones, Heath played in there, Kevon Frazier. Our young guys made that happen. And Ezekiel Elliott came back. That was a big part of it. And Sean Lee was there as well. But when we had our full staff with the young guys playing in the defensive backs, we gave up 12 points and we went 4-1. So I think we're there. I think we can make it happen. If Earl Thomas is there, he's there. If he's not there, who gives a damn? Let's see how our young guys play out. Let's put our young guys in the fire and see how they hold up to it. Yeah, that was a good. Oh, yeah. Thank you, brother. Thanks, James. I appreciate your point too. Definitely, he is free to negotiate next year. Yeah, and if he comes in next year, we miss him. We miss him a year, but he's still there. We might get him cheaper. Who knows? We definitely don't lose a draft pick for him. I told you guys my scenario on this is I think we get away with a 4th round draft pick and we trade Mike White or we trade Cooper Rush because we have not carried 3 quarterbacks in recent years on the active roster. If we put one of those guys on the practice squad, they're going to get picked up. So I'm thinking that's why they picked up this third quarterback is because they want to use him for. I think in the 5th round they said, "What is Mike White doing sitting there?" He should have went much earlier in that. But everybody had their quarterbacks. Everybody was locked on quarterbacks. He should have went in the 3rd round. He was there in the 5th round, and I think they picked him up and said, "You know what? Somebody's going to need a quarterback. Let's take him." And if you really look at the roster, we were covered. Our line was covered. Defensive line was covered pretty much. That they feel comfortable with the flex guys we have moving the guys around and having that flexibility. So why why take a player we don't need? I think they took the best player on the board, which was Mike White, and they looked at it. Hey, we'll use him. We'll progress him. We'll use him in the offseason. And if somebody needs a quarterback, you're going to get much better if he plays well for us, which I'm sure he will. You'll get much better value than a 5th round pick for him. So let me go back here, check see some of the things. Uh, couldn't stop that doctor line with the true one tech, and yeah, we have some trouble with the runs up the middle, and those things. Cap will not be an issue in the coming years. Yeah, very very good point, Truck. And they're working that issue still to this day. This year we're still paying Tony Romo. That money comes off the cap. I think there's a little money on Witten that comes off the cap this year as well. Um, I know because Witten retired, I think that dropped off automatically. But yeah, next year we're already like I think we're already in one of the top 7 teams in cap room right now. And next year we're expected to be in the top 3, depending on moves made this season. But we really have a lot of cap move money. We're in good situations. The Earl Thomas thing could change that a little, but that's why I think it's good. We wait and see how the preseason goes. We get a couple games under these young guys' belts and see how it rolls. If things are rolling fine, I don't think there's a reason to do the Earl Thomas move other than depth. Of course, that would help our depth. Um, I'm sorry, you guys are picking up Air Force, or excuse me, Armed Forces Network. That's military television. Afghan Air Force, if they have one. But anyways, step into tight end. I did want to discuss the tight end issues. I really think we got 4, like I said, 4 B grade tight ends. I don't think at this point any one of them outstands another. I think they're all equivalent in value. I think they're all equivalent in ability. Uh, some have strengths in other areas. Some have strengths in strengths in different areas. On our tight end situation, that's a big situation right now, because I think we have at tight end. I think we have 2 different animals. We have 3 tight ends that are your basic, strategic, normal type tight ends. You know, they block pretty decent, or they block well. They are good at reading the defense, blocking schemes, and so forth. And then we have another tight end in Rico Gathers. It's kind of a different animal. He's more of a playmaker. He's more of a guy that's gonna he could make big plays for us, but he also could allow some things to happen on offense that excuse me that we don't want to see. So it's tight end position. I think is our most our position right now